Like, share, and subscribe. Hey, welcome to Grandpa Sees the Blinking. This candle, this is a 5-minute chart and simulated trade, but this candle right here is a blip. Disregard it. These are accurate over here, and this one is accurate. So just disregard that candle, and you're good. I don't know if you can hear them because they're all back a ways, but they're my wolves are back. I uh, I recorded them earlier today, and they were right up on my deck. About 7 of them. And I shot some bottle rockets, and they took off out in the back. But I went back there, and the backside of my property back there, there's like a 50-foot drop, and then it levels off and goes over to the Lake Superior. But so I'm up on the higher ground. But on that side where it's that 50-foot drop is at, they've got dens dug into the side of the hill there. It's not really a hill; it's more like a cliff. But they have dens dug there, and I think they might have little ones in some of those dens. So, or at least one of them, but I don't know for sure. I put cayenne pepper, sprinkled it around out on my deck, because I don't want them up on my deck looking in my sliding glass door windows. If they jumped up even on them, they'd push right through that window. So, but yeah, sometimes they just howl all night long. It's a crazy world here. Okay, so fake news and Tesla. I'm gonna go through this here with you and tell you exactly what happened. We had fake news come out in Tesla big time. The media was putting out that Elon now has 20% ownership in the company, which would be extremely bullish. And so they only need another 5%. And they were putting out, speculating, did he buy 300 million shares today, and all this and that, and nonstop. And so the result was it towards the end of the day, it got wild after hours, and went way up to 194.68 after hours. 10 minutes after the close, they jumped $5 and about 50 cents in 10 minutes. So just so you couldn't get in on the fun in Grandpa's opinion. And since then, they've dropped back currently about $4.40 from where they were. I think tomorrow morning they're going to open in the 187 to 188 range. I think we're going to drop another couple bucks or so pre-market and open around at least 188, maybe less. Just Grandpa's opinion based on what I'm seeing in the blinking. I could be wrong. Sometimes I'm wrong. But I do want to point out what really happened. What really happened is Tesla appealed the Delaware ruling, so the shares now show up that the judge took away are back in his thing. And so without the judge taking away his pay compensation, being he appealed, they show back up again now. And that's what really happened. And believe me, them media people that were promoting their garbage all day, they know all this. They just love to put out fake news. Okay, they get everybody buying, uh, doing the dirty work, driving it up, and all the while they've got shorts that they want to activate in the 190 range. And Grandpa called us out for the last 2 days. I called out exactly what's going on, and I'm going to talk a little more about that here shortly. Uh, I sold a ton of shares at 194 today and just made a killing. So did Grandma in the 194 range. And so I'm trying to. Indexes were up today, so was Tesla. Everybody's screaming that it's going to the moon. You know, that we're on our way now. They're bullish for tomorrow. And we might go up in the 190s again tomorrow and bounce around. That's totally possible. Um, but we need a close above 194. I'm telling you, if it don't close above 194, you are in a downward trend big time. Okay? And Grandpa's going to try to point that out to you here in just a few seconds. Um, Trying to decide which one to use that will show it the best. Where's the monthly? Okay, here's the monthly. This trend line here is over 2 years old. And these are monthly candles, and we are in a downtrend. Uh, the monthly, the weekly, the daily, the 4 hour, every single one of them is a sell signal in my Japanese candles. We are in a downtrend right now, and it has not reversed yet. And if it closes above 194, then we got a shot of going up to 249. But until it does, you got no reason, buy down in the 174, right here where we have substance. That's what Grandma and Grandpa are going to do. I got some scattered in the 177 in case of a bounce. I got a bunch at 174. I got a bunch at 170 and so on. But to rebuy what I sold today. But don't be patient. Don't be in no rush. Now, I'm going to tell you why Tesla really went up today. And the game that they're playing, and that's why I monitor the blinking. Okay, if you go back to the Monday the 12th, okay, Monday the 12th, Tesla took in they started shorting at 189.27, 400,000 shares per minute. And they did it for a solid 10 minutes. Okay, that's a lot of shorts. And it went up there and it got them. Okay. And the result was that by the 13th, we had dipped down to 182.10 from a closing point of 188.13. All right, they dropped us down a solid $6 or so. With that, and then they turned around, but that same day on the 12th, they shorted 400,000 shares per minute for 5 minutes at 189.57, but they never went up there. They never went up and activated them. They need to activate in order to actually have these shares that they're buying out of range. Grandpa's got that figured out. And also, they were shorting 200,000 shares per minute at 190. And this is really important. If you want to, when Grandpa gets signals and shares it with you, you need to pay attention, and you can make a lot of money. Grandpa does really well. So does Grandma. And all I can do is tell you over and over every day. But anyway, so they shorted 200,000 shares at 190, and they were doing some in 192, but nothing like 200,000 per minute. They did that for 5 minutes. All right, and so Grandpa knows that they're going to go up there and get them. Now I thought they were going to go up there on the 13th and get them, but nope, they didn't. They used up the ones they already had, went down, and now they come back up. So based on that, I'm expecting a pretty good dip tomorrow. Now they might do the same game again and do a bunch of big dollar shorts, in somewhere in the 190s, and go up and get them and come back down, and I'll watch for it. But Grandpa don't see everything. It's I'm watching 14 screens, and I'm an old guy. I'm not. I like to think I'm in better condition than our president, but I might not be. Who knows? I have had one of those tests though that Trump took. What do they call them tests? I can't remember. That was a joke. But anyway, yeah, I had one of them and I aced it. I wish I could remember what they call them. It's to see if your brain is working functionally somewhat properly. So Tesla appealed Delaware, and that's why his shares are showing up. No big deal, no news here. But they wanted a news story because they wanted to get pushed up to activate their shorts that they pre-put in on the 12th, and they did that, and now they have them. And we got a bunch of retail guys that are long up in the 194 area and 190 area, and they might have a little bit of a wait till we get back there. Now we're going to see 284 in our future, absolutely, but it might be a little while. 2024 is a time to buy shares, absolutely, but try to buy the dip if you can. Try to do it smart. If Grandpa's telling you that you're going to see 174 here probably fairly soon, you might want to take it somewhat into consideration. And I believe we're going to see 101 very likely, but we don't have substance there yet. You could wait for that for a lifetime. Until we get substance there, we're closer to having substance at 150 than we are at 101. We're real close to having substance at 150, to be honest with you. Let's see, what am I forgetting to tell you? Megapack is just blossoming. That's high margin and making money. Optimus. I like to get an Optimus so I could send them out to play with the wolves at this place. I had the 4 grandkids here all afternoon, and it went real well, and we had a lot of fun. And so, okay. So, getting back to the 12th, that's when they did the big dirty, and Let's see, what do we got for wild blinking I can tell you about? Oh, after hours here, they they pulled us, they took us way down for a while, and then they started shorting 300 shares per minute at 299, and then they did that for about an hour, and then they moved it to 259.44. And grandma's and grandpa, we got sells in at 249.97. I want to front run a little bit because I'm expecting a dip up in that area whenever it gets there. I don't. We could be months, could be a month. I just don't know. I just know we're going to go up that way because we got to get to 284. But we're also going to get to 174. Which one's going to come first? Grandpa's not 100% sure. I'm leaning towards 174, however, but I don't know that. If we close above 194, we got a shot at running this thing right up to in the 250s. But until you see a close of the day above 194, we are in a downtrend big time. Absolutely in a downtrend. Here's the monthly. That's a sell signal. I'm going to show you the weekly. Here's the weekly. That's a sell signal. And until it's not a sell signal, it's a sell signal. Excuse me. Grandpa's really been under the weather again. I'm gotta go out and chase the wolves again. Grandma, she sleeps right through it. We'll look at the daily. We have a sell signal in the daily. We had one here, and we got another one here in the last 3 days. And this indecision candle you're looking at, that's the candle for today that everybody's all hyped up about. Of course, the candles look different in the regular candle charts than the Japanese candles, but I do the reverse engulfing method, and this is an absolute sell signal. The trend is down. The death cross is telling you it's going down. Everything is pointing down, and they did fake news to get people to buy shares, hyping that Elon was buying shares when he really wasn't. The good news is they did appeal it. Elon's going to fight with him up there in Delaware to get his pay package reinstated, and they made moves to move their stuff out of Delaware to Texas. So that's in the works also. So that's all good news. Okay, what am I forgetting? Anything? 2 minutes after I get off here, I'll think of everything. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, if you have any ideas what I can do with my pet wolves, let me know. They'll eventually move on, or somebody will bother them and they'll pick a different spot. But as tight as they're sticking to my backyard here, I think they got little ones. That's just what I'm thinking. So until them little ones are able to move off through the woods, they're not going to leave. So Grandpa will just have fun with them till then. They sure like to sing, I can tell you that. Oh man, I hear some. I sit outside quite a bit on the deck at night, look at the stars and stuff if it's not cloudy, and I'll tell you, up here, I hear some of the wildest stuff. I don't even know what half that stuff I'm listening to is out there in that deck. It's it's just unreal. Uh, and sound travels. I mean, we got a neighbor 2 miles away. She's got a donkey and a horse and goats and all kinds of stuff. But that donkey he haws about 5:30 every morning, and from 2 miles away, you'd think you were standing next to that thing. He sound really travels up here, in my opinion, and that's through the trees and everything, But okay, so Tesla tomorrow. Uh, they might take and try drive us up in that 190 range again. I But like I say, unless they close above 194, don't be anxious to get on this bus. Grandpa's a buyer, and 177, 174, 170. And the only reason 177 is I'd hope for a bounce and pick up $4 or $5. That's it. That's I do a lot of that. Doesn't but we have substance at 174. You're going to see that number. I just don't know if it'll. I don't think it'll be tomorrow. Might be Friday, and who knows? I don't know. Nobody knows. Yeah, the guys making the fake news, they know. And yeah, they know exactly what's going on with Elon and his shares. But the future is so bright with Optimus at Tesla and the Mega Pack and next gen car. Grandpa can't add all those big numbers. Grandpa doesn't know his numbers. All good things are from the Lord, and Lord willing, we'll talk to you sometime tomorrow. I'm going to go sit on the deck and listen to my little pets out back. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.